Okay, what you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Now, before we get into this, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I've left the link to that in the live chat and also the description below. So we post a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't want to be missing out on that. But like I said, I've got another live stream. We're going to talk you through what's happening in the charts, and any trades I'm in as well, and just see what the markets are doing today. So first, we'll start with AUD/USD. Okay, so for this one, we had a nice push to the downside over the past couple of days, as you can see from this area in the market there. And we're now at some strong area of support, as you can see on the 4-hourly chart. We've got a support going through the market there. And if I put the trend line in, as you can see, you've got a trend line going to the downside there. And we've got some strong support across the market there. You can see a test there, second, third, fourth test. Of that same area in the market. So you see a strong area in the market, so could potentially be seeing a move to the upside if this area holds. If the area doesn't hold, you can see a longer push to the downside. On the daily chart, we got some targets where price could eventually go. You got the 200-moving average just below it, and we've got some support going for the market there as well, just above the 200-moving average. As you can see, support all along here, and we've got a push to the upside from that same area. So you could be seeing price getting attracted back to that same support area. Again, we currently need to break through this support on the 4H for that to happen. So we could potentially be seeing price make its way to the upside first before that continues again. We didn't quite get a test of that trend line there on the 4H with AUD/USD. As you can see, we had a first one there, second, third. Didn't quite get a fourth, so we could potentially be seeing a move to the upside to go get that fourth test before price continues. But however, if we do turn bearish again, we could be seeing prices go and break through the support as is now. But you can see that the 9 a.m. candle pulled back. It was trying to break through the candle. It pulled back. We could see the next candle go and fill that wick, and if we do, could probably see the momentum continue to the downside. But as of yet, is a sign that the support could be holding with the wick getting pulled back up like that. So it'll be interesting to see how the next candle closes. Euro/USD. This is another one that we had a nice downside push to the downside for. We had this channel in the market there. As you can see, price is broken out of this channel here, and we had a nice move to the downside from that break. I'm probably could be expecting it to go further. We do have some previous support running through the market above it, so you could be seeing price coming back to that area to get a retest before continuing to the downside. As you can see, support all along here. Could be seeing price come up to get a retest of that area before continue to the downside, which could be what's happening. Again, we do have support all the way down there, which is the previous low made on the daily chart. You can see push the downside. That was the low on the daily chart there. So could be seeing price get attracted to that area. But again, we could be seeing price pull back into this area of resistance now, first before that happens. But yeah, ultimately still expect USD to continue to go and hit the support. We are still looking bearish, but could be seeing a move to the upside before that happens and some retrace in the market. As you can see, we had 3 very strong bearish candles to the downside yesterday. So naturally, you do expect some retrace in the market before that happens. So yeah, probably expecting maybe a test of that area, or maybe some resistance higher up. We do have some resistance there, support and resistance there. So one of those two areas where price can find some resistance and gain some more momentum to the downside to go and test this low all the way down there, because that's where we're expecting USD to head to. USD CAD, this one again, we're still expecting a push to the upside. I can see a very strong close a couple of days ago, but then yesterday we had a doji, so a little bit of indecision in the market. As you can see, we do have support, resistance just above there, and it looks like we just wicked into that quite nicely on the 4H. As you can see there, we've got into some resistance there on the daily chart. So as you do expect, we do expect some reaction of that. It's a strong daily level, and you can see with the daily chart, we got given a doji there. So a bit of indecision. Could be seeing a push to the downside and price retracing a little bit first before it continues. As you can see, we had that big bullish candle there, and then price went to test that resistance on the daily, as you can see there. So could be seeing some retrace happening first before price continues to go to the upside. As you can see, we have those bearish candles coming into the market, so potentially could be seeing price maybe coming back, testing support here. As you can see, support there, had the move to the upside. So price could maybe pull back deeper, pull back to the support and see a rise to go and test that resistance again and see if you can go and break it this time. Or we do have support all the way down there, as you can see, the 200 moving average and this previous resistance as well. So that'll be a lot bigger of a pullback. But I was still expecting USD CAD to continue from a daily point of view, but hourly we could see some retrace move to the downside before that happens, so we need to be aware of that. GBP USD, this one broke out of our channel. As you can see, connect the lows of price and connect the highs, we had a channel go through the market. You can see we did have a break of that channel. Now price is just hovering around that 200 moving average on the Farley. So if we do get a push to the downside, we will be expecting a move to go test this support area here. As you can see, support there, support there, support there, support there again. So it's a nice area in the market with price find support. So we could be seeing a push to go and test this area and maybe seeing a bit bigger of a retrace, or we could be seeing a retrace from where we are now in the market. But for GBP USD, we're probably still expecting the bearishness to continue unless we start to get some strong bullish candles coming back into the market, and then potentially could be seeing another rise for GBP USD. Go and test some other resistance in the market, but for now, it's probably still expecting it to continue. We're just moving sideways there on 4H, and probably just either wanting to see a break to the upside or to the downside. And if you see a break to the upside, you potentially go test that trend line again or previous resistance in the market. Or if you see a break to the downside, we do have support just below it where price could have a tough time breaking. AJPY, this one, again, we had a break out of this strong support area in the market here. As you can see, support there, support along here, moving sideways. I'm going to break to the downside. Again, as you can see, a nice push. Now prices look like it's running out of steam to the downside, so could be seeing price rise again and seeing a test of this area in the market here. Support all along there will be term resistance, so you could be seeing another push to the upside to go and test that area properly as resistance before price continues. Potentially, as you can see, a lot of bull candles come into the market there, and the 9am close gave us a nice wick to the downside as price tried to push lower but got rejected. So it could either see price go fill that wick and continue to the downside, or price gain some bullishness and go and test that resistance up there, and then potentially continue on its journey to the downside. Euro GBP, this one again still moving sideways essentially. Again, we've got the lows connecting there, and we've got the highs connecting there price, but again, not too much is happening with this pair this week. Just be moving sideways. Again, we've got the support going through the market there. As you can see, support all along here. So unless we break through that support, then we could potentially see another test of this trend line down there. But again, if we hold at that support, we can see a push to the upside to go and test the other trend line. Then you can see we're just moving sideways. We've only got a smaller trend line in there. As you can see, test there, multiple tests of the wicks all along there. So kind of getting trapped between that trend line and the support. So if you break through that support, we'll see a move to go and test this trend line potentially. But if we see a break of that trend line there, we can see a bigger move to go and test the outer trend line up there, or the 200 moving average, not too far away. But kind of now, not really any clear opportunities for us. It's just getting squeezed in between that support and that trend line. And it'll be interesting to see which way we break to. If you break to the downside, go and test the lows on here, get some new lows. That could be a nice place to get them back into some buys. But as of yet, no real trade for me to get into. Next we got Euro JPY. Euro JPY broke through the support area as well. As you can see, strong support in the market, which where the daily found support. As you can see, daily moved to the downside, found support, and a pullback to the upside. And you can see we continued back down and went and broke through that area, creating lower lows in the market there. So you can see we're ultimately still looking bearish on Euro JPY as well. So could be seeing that continue. As you can see, not really any bullish price actually coming to the market there. So could probably expect that to continue to the downside unless we start to see some strong bullish candles come in, maybe the next 4H close at 1 p.m. And then if we do get some strong bullish candles coming in, then we can probably say we can get another retest of this that previous support area. As you can see, support all along here, support there, strong support in the market on a daily time frame. So could be seeing price gaining some bullish momentum and go and test that area of resistance now, as it's broken support, so it's turned resistance. And could be seeing a move to the downside from that same area if it does hold, and then potentially see price continue to go and test the 200 moving average, which is where our daily target was for Euro JPY. Ultimately on the daily, still looking bearish, so I'm going to be expecting that to continue there, and the 4H is still looking bearish as well. So yeah, again, unless we see bullish candles coming back into the market, probably expecting price to continue to the downside for that one. Next we got NZD USD. This one I'm currently in a short trade on the 4H. You can see I was looking at this channel here, a little false breakout at the top there, as you can see, but price has nonetheless had a nice push to the downside, and as you can see we broke through the 200 moving average and now kind of just moving sideways. We had a wick to the downside there, so prices get rejected to the downside, so either price can go and fill that wick now or have a push to the upside, so it'll be interesting to see which way price closes. I'm still anticipating me to go and test the trend line, but if you start to break through this area here in the market, I might look to take some profit or probably close the trade maybe. As you can see, we've got support along there, turn resistance, so the price starts to break through there, closing above our moving averages and closing above that 200 moving average there. That's quite a bullish sign for me, so I'll probably look to either take most of my profit or probably close the trade. Finds the USD. However, if you do pull back nicely, give us a wick and price continues to the downside, goes for that wick, I'm probably holding on to the trade and seeing if you can get a third test of this trend line there. And you see initial test there, second there, looking for a third test of that trend line. So if we do pull back to the downside and go fill the wick there, and that's what I'll be anticipating price to go. But yeah, just see how the candle closes and see which way the momentum starts kicking for price, and then I'll act accordingly. But still be sitting in this trade and seeing how it plays out. GBJPY, again, this one we had a nice push to the downside. It does look like we're running out a little bit of steam. As you can see, a lot of bull candles creeping in, a lot of wicks to the downside as well. So again, we had a little bit of a channel going on for GBJPY. As you can see, we connect the highs up there, connect the lows, push the downside, and as you can see, had a push the downside at 9 AM, but then you could actually close bullish, price pull back and close bullish. So again, that isn't a sign that we could probably push low. It's probably a sign that it potentially could be pushing higher for GBJPY. As you can see, we did have a big move to the downside, so you do expect some retrace in the market. We do have some previous support along here which we broke through. As you can see, support there, support there, support there. We did retest that resistance, but could be seeing price coming back up. We go and test that same area as well, resistance, and then potentially continue. Or if we break above it, see price go higher. But for now, we are starting to look bullish and could be seeing a push to the upside for GBJPY. How high, I'm not sure. But again, if price goes and turns bearish again and goes and fills that wick, we could be seeing price resume back to the downside. But with the current price action we've got going right now, could be seeing a push to the upside for GBJPY. Next we got Euro AUD. Now Euro AUD, we had a breakout of this channel that we had of price moving sideways not too long ago. Again, our resistance was up there. We saw price break out, retest it with that big bullish candle there, and could be seeing price continue to the upside. But nonetheless, you can see we're still bearish and price is still looking like it's continuing to the downside. Again, the 9 AM wick pushed to the upside, got rejected, closed bearish, and now we're continuing to the downside with the current candle. So again, this area is still going to be acting as support. So for us to really see price continue to the downside, we need to see a break of that level. But for now, that level will be acting as support. As you can see, with support all along there, resistance all along there, false breakout there, and then price shot back up. So we could potentially be seeing price retesting this level before continuing to the upside. But for now, we are looking bearish, and as long as price holds up this area, could be anticipating another move to the upside. But if we don't and we start to close below, then probably can see price coming back into this ranging pattern that we've got going on there, and continue with that. But for now, again, not clear whether price wants to hold or not. So we'll see what happens when price gets to this level, and if we do hold again, could be seeing an opportunity for price to continue high and go and test up previous highs up there, and then again see what happens if price gets up there. Next we've got NZD JPY. Now with NZD JPY again starting to look bullish as well. A lot of wicks to the downside. We haven't quite got to the support area down there. As you can see, we've got support along here, support there. So yeah, we haven't quite got to that area, but as you can see, we've already got very long wicks to the downside all along here. So price has definitely found support here on the 4H anyway, and is struggling to push lower. So naturally, you do expect to push to the upside with all those wicks. To the downside there, again, we do have resistance up there. If price start to clear this area of the market here on the 4H, as you can see, resistance all along there for those wicks. If price starts to clear that area, starts to get above, you could be seeing a longer push to the upside for NZD JPY. But for me, I'm still favoring move to the downside, but with the current price that's in the 4H, you could be seeing a brief move to the upside before that happens to go and test this area. As you can see, we just missed it by a few pips, so I was expecting price to come to this area, but it looks like we've just missed it and could be seeing price rise again for NZJPY. So if you rise past this area here, then we could probably see a longer move to go and test the resistance all the way up here again. But for now, again, starting to look bullish, but for me, no real clear opportunity for us for NZD-JPY. NZD CAD, this one, again, we're expecting to push to the downside. As you can see, we're having a tough time doing that. We did have a trend line in the market. If I go to the daily, we had a trend line in the market here that price has just missed. As you can see, connected to the previous highs, high there, connected that to the trend line. You can see we almost tested that for a third time. We just missed it. So potentially could be seeing price climb higher to go and test that trend line potentially, and that could be a nice opportunity for sells. We did have a strong bearish candle there yesterday, but it looks like from then on we'll just be moving sideways, and if price starts to close back above our moving average, could be seeing another push to the upside for NZD CAD to go and test the highs there. But if you do, that could be a nice place to go and short the market. As you can see, last time we tested, they had a nice move to the downside, so could be seeing that happening again. But for me, moving sideways, so I wouldn't really want to be getting into this market as of yet, so I'll be waiting for a clearer opportunity to come around for that pair. But yeah, currently still in NZD USD, still in my USD CHF trade as well, in a buy trade for this one. We had a breakout of our trend line there, and since then we see a nice push to the upside. So again, we do have support there at the 200 average just below it. As you can see, the 200 average there on the 4H acting as support. We saw a nice bullish candle from there. So again, we'll be using this as a place to decide whether I'll probably take profits or not as yet, and probably just exit the trade maybe. As you can see, we had a big push to the upside, so could be seeing some retrace, and I'm not sure if I want to be in that retrace. So probably will be taking my profits from that, and I'm also in USDJPY. Again, you can see we got support all along here. We were in we did have a push to the upside yesterday. As you can see, we did reverse back down, and now we're kind of just moving sideways really for where I entered. Then you can see we've got support all along here before those wicks to the downside. So again, that's the support that I'm looking to buy from. And again, if I extend that across, you can see this is a daily time frame here, very strong area of support, and expecting another bounce to the upside. And we've got a trend line going through the market to the downside, as you can see, test there, second there, third there. So anticipating another test of that trend line for a fourth time, and probably look to take my profits from there and probably target that trend line. But as you can see, we are having a tough time doing that. We've got support here, that price is also having a tough time breaking, so that is a good sign. But again, we did retrace all the way back there, so it'll be interesting to see how next candles close. If we start to go break this support and close below it, then I'll probably look to exit my trade. But as of yet, we're still holding that support, and still going to be anticipating another move to the upside for this pair. So yeah, those are the three trades I'm currently in. If anyone wants me to look at any other pairs or any different charts, wants my help in analysing a certain market, just put it in the live chat and I'll make sure I'll go check that out and give my analysts on that pair. But yeah, just will be watching my trades, other charts as well, and just seeing how the pairs get on during the live stream. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at gold and see what's happening with that pair. Okay, so on the hourly, you can see we had a big push to the downside there. And you can see it on the 4H as well. Now for this one, we had a trend line going through the market on the higher time frames, like on the daily chart. We had a nice trend line going through the market there. As you can see, we had this downtrend in the market, a push to the downside with that daily candle there, and you can see on the 4H. It does look like we have found some support where we are. There's support down there, which is probably where we're expecting price to go to on the 4H. As you can see, we didn't quite get to that area. On the hourly, again, we're starting to look a little bit bullish. We had support there in the market. As you can see, support along here. We're just kind of moving sideways there. Price went to the downside, find the support, and looks like could be seeing a move to the upside for gold. Again, the overall for me, the overall move is still to the downside for this pair. We could be looking like we're finding support and have a push to the upside before that move happens to the downside. So you could be looking on the hourly to take advantage of that. Again, you could be looking to buy the market, potentially looking to buy the market to this area and target this resistance. I think you see resistance there. We could be seeing on the push to go and test that area. So that could be a nice place to look for. If we do break through that, we could see a much higher move on the hourly chart. Again, if we break through there, we can see price really push to the upside. Again, we've got this level here. All support there will be time resistance. So if we do break through that resistance, we could see price potentially go and test this area here. But for me, I'm probably still have my bias to the downside for gold. But again, for the recent price action on the 4H and on the hourly as well, it's looking like we can get a push to the upside before that happens. Again, so you need to be wary of that. But if you do look to for gold, you could be seeing a push to the upside in the hourly to go and test this resistance. And if you break there, could be seeing a push to go and test this area here. Again, you probably want your stop loss just below support in the market here. So if you break through that support, you probably want to look to exit the trade. For me, hourly, only want to be looking for buys for this one. And a push to the upside again, that's probably your first target, and your second target is there if you do break through that. But if you do get some strong price action and price starts to reject from this area, probably look to take your profit. But yeah, if I was looking to trade gold, that's what I would be doing. But yeah, we could be seeing a push to the upside in the hourly, but just be careful about this resistance not too far away for gold. And again, you probably want to put your stop loss just below that support, and if price does go and break that support, could be seeing price continue to the downside for us there. So yeah, I hope that helped. Okay, so before I end the live stream, I want to do a quick rundown of the pairs and see what's happening since I last spoke at 9 a.m. and just a quick update on my trades as well. So we're going to start with ADUSD. You can see that we're still looking a little bit bullish from this one. As the support area in the 4H, looks like we could be holding that area. If we do, we could be seeing another push to the upside. Again, we do have resistance just above us, so I need to be watching out for that. But if we do break through that, we could be seeing a big move to go and test the trend line up there. And you see a first test there, second, third. Could be seeing a fourth. We didn't quite make it one there. Could be seeing a fourth test if we go and break through this area here. But nonetheless, it does look like we could be seeing price hold. As you can see, it doesn't look like this candle's going to fill the wick down there. Of course, we've still got an hour and a half to go, but it doesn't look likely like it will fill the wick and continue to the downside. So yeah, we could be seeing a push upside for ADUSD. EURUSD pull back a little bit on the 4H. Again, we do have resistance just above us. So again, for this one, still expecting a move to go and test the lows down here. But we could still see a push to the upside to go and test the resistance just above us. But nonetheless, still expecting price to continue to the downside unless we go and break through this area where it can potentially go and test some higher resistance or go test the trend line again. But for now, still expecting USD to continue to the downside. USD CHF, this one I'm still currently in a long trade for this one. I see still pushing to the upside. We currently are at this resistance here. So if we do fail to break for this and push downside, probably look to close the trade. But if we continue and break through this, it'll become support. I could probably look to hold for a little bit longer, but we'll be watching how price closes with this area. And if you get a break, could be looking for a bigger move there. USD still in this trade here as well. Got support down there. We've got many wicks as price was trying to break through it. As you can see, ultimately we're failing to do so, and could be seeing a move to the upside for this pair. Again, we do have resistance here now because you can see price got rejected and pushed to the downside from the area. So again, going to be seeing how price moves towards that area, and again we do have resistance just above it as well. So we've got a couple of places where price will struggle getting through, so we'll be watching out for that. But we'll be staying in this trade and hopefully planning to see a move to the upside to go and test that resistance where we saw a rejection from. USD CAD was starting to look bearish in this one, and you can see we did have a big move for USD CAD in the recent days to the upside to go and test this area up there. So you can see why we are getting some retrace. We do have some support just below, as you can see, support there, pushed up some from that area and then we'll look into that area as well. So you can see price come back to this area and then again have to push to the upside. Or we can see a deeper pullback to potentially go test this area here. And you see resistance. We've got 200 moving average there on the 4H. Will be acting as support. So again, if price wants to make that pullback, could potentially see a bounce there and a push higher to go and test that resistance again properly. GBP/USD, this one's starting to look bullish. Looks like GP is looking bullish so far for this morning. Again, we had a breakout of this channel here, but looks like price is going back to retest that channel to see what happens there. And if you do see price break back into the channel, we'll probably be back inside of this this uptrend that we're having and probably see another push to the upside. But if we don't and resume back down again, we can see a longer push to the downside for GBP/USD. Yeah, we've got some support here that we want to see price go and test. Haven't quite got there yet. And of course, we've got the lows all the way down there, which could be another price where GBP/USD wants to head to. AJPY, again, this one's looking bullish, just broke through some strong support. Could we come back to retest that as resistance? You can see a couple of wicks to the downside there. Price has definitely found some support here. Could definitely be seeing a push to the upside. Again, if we do have that push, again, we'll probably come to test that resistance there. And if we hold, we could be seeing another push to the downside or price potentially go and climb higher. But for now, again, does look like we're running out of steam to the downside and could be seeing a push to the upside starting to happen soon. EURUD, this one's still looking bearish again. This is the support area that we're looking at, which held price when it was ranging. So it'll be interesting to see if price breaks back into it. Then again, we could probably see another push to the downside, but if it holds, we'll probably be looking at another push to the upside. Again, we do have resistance just above us there, but ultimately you're expecting price to get to the recent high made all there. EURJPY, this one's starting to look a little bit bullish now. Again, we broke through some support there. Again, we could be seeing price come up and go retest that as resistance and then continue. And then you could probably look to take advantage of that in the lower time frames. But for now, we're going to have to wait for that 4 hourly candle to close. Still got an hour and a half. Could pull back down But again, if you do get some strong engulfing candle, could be seeing a move to the upside for Euro GBP to potentially go and test. Euro JPY to go and test that previous resistance there. As the CAD, again, still looking a little bit bullish. Overall, we are moving sideways here. You can see we do have our support going through the market there and resistance up there. So again, yeah, moving sideways. We've got support, resistance, and prices just essentially ranging between those two areas. Could be seeing another push to the upside if we close above the moving averages to go and test that resistance. But we are looking at this trend line going through the market there on the daily. As you can see, a test there, second. Could be seeing a third. Haven't quite got a test of that area yet. So if we do see another push to the upside, a little bit of a false break maybe, go and test that trend line, that could be a really nice place to get into a short trade. But as of yet, still moving sideways for this pair. NZD JPY, again, like I was saying, we had those wicks down here, so we could be seeing a push to the upside. And now it looks like we could be getting a strong close of a bullish candle there for the next 4H. You can see very strong bullish candle there. I had one a few candles ago. So yeah, could be seeing a push to the upside. Clearly do have support there on the 4H. And again, if you see price go and break out of this high there, again, we could see a longer push to the upside to potentially go and test the highs made there. For me, I was looking at a move to the downside for NZD-JPY to go and test the lows. As you can see, we didn't quite get there, missed it by a few pips, but it looks like price has definitely found support and could be seeing a move to the upside for NZD-JPY, especially if we do clear the resistance just above us there. Next we've got NZD-USD. This one currently in a short trade here. You can see I've got into the trade of this candle here. We had some nice channel and I was expecting a move to go and test the lows of that trend line. As you can see, we haven't quite made it there, but price has definitely found some support. Currently we are looking a little bit bullish. Again, we are in some previous resistance, previous support, turn resistance. As you can see along here, all support there. That will be time resistance now, and again we got the 200 average just above us as well. So if price decides to pull back nicely and start to continue to downside that, I'll probably be looking to stay in the trade and go and test the lows down there, where I'll probably take my profit unless we have a strong break in price really push to the downside. Then I'll probably look to continue to potentially go and test the lows here or the lows all the way down there. But my target is the lower trend line there. But if we do go and break through this area, close above the moving averages and close above the 200 and break through this resistance, and I probably might be looking to close the trade because we could be seeing another push to the upside for NZD-USD. But for now, still got a little over an hour left, so we'll watch how the candle closes and see if we can get another push to the downside for this one. AUD CAD, this one, we were expecting a move to the downside. We did have a trend line going through the market. As you can see there, initially test there, a little bit second there, third, fourth, and another test there. So we're anticipating our move to the downside, and we had some previous support time resistance as well. So I had a bit of confidence there why we can get a move to the downside. Again, probably target the lows down here, but you can see we're having a tough time of that happening. We are moving to the downside slowly. As you can see, we're moving sideways for a bit, push downside, move sideways again now. So again, it's not clear if we are going to get that move, but if we do get a move to the downside, this is where we're expecting price to go. Then potentially could be seeing price push back up again, or if it is very bearish, can see price break through it. As of yet, no real trade for us for AUD CAD. It seems to be taking its time to move to the downside, and it might not even get that, and we just see price reverse and go and break that trend line, where we could see a bigger push to the upside if price wants to go and do that. Next we've got GBP CAD. GBP CAD is starting to look bullish again. We do have a bit of a trend line on the daily chart. If you take a look at these recent highs here, if we connect the wicks, as you can see, a test there, second there, we're having a third there. So it could potentially see another push to downside for GBP CAD if we do respect this trend line there. As you can see, you've got a wick breaking through that trend line. So it looks like we could be getting another test of that same trend line, or potentially another test of this resistance. As you can see, resistance there, push back down, resistance there again, push back down. So it could be coming back to have another test of this area or another test of that trend line before having a bigger move to the downside. But yeah, again, we could remain bullish and just go and break the trend line and see a big move to the upside. But for now, still expecting a move to the downside for this one, unless we start to get really bullish and go and break through those areas. Potentially could be looking for some shorts if you do get some nice price action in that area there. But as of yet, it's still looking bullish. I won't be looking to get in the market as of yet. So yeah, currently in USD still looking to hold into that one. Also USD that one really hasn't played out yet. Still looking for a move to the upside, and still in NZD as well, looking for that move to continue. So we'll be holding to these trades throughout the weekend as well. And coming on Monday, probably might be looking to close some trades because of the US elections next week. The market's going to be quite volatile, and of course all my trades have USD in it as well, so might not be the best idea to remain in those trades, but we'll see what happens with price over the course of the rest of the day, and maybe Monday as well, and we'll see what type of what price action we get, but yeah, we'll be looking to stay in these trades. And I'll be talking to you guys again next week during my live stream on Monday throughout the week, and that'll be again starting at 10 a.m. since the US clocks will be changing again for the daylight hours. So I'll be starting at 10 a.m. and finishing around 12:30 p.m. for my live stream next week. So make sure you go check that out. And if you haven't already, make sure you join my live stream. I put a link in the live chat for that, and in the description below as well. So we post a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't want to be missing out on that, so make sure you go check it out. But thank you for joining me during this live stream, and until the next one, I'll see you later.